Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, October 23rd. It's just my birthday 2 days ago. And today I'm going to take you through my leg workout as well as some day adventures. I don't have to go to Costco later on, so I can show you guys what I'm going to get. Maybe I'll give you a little update on my website to show you how it's going. And I don't know, we'll just see where the day takes us. Alright, so I'm welcoming you guys to my first commentary video. I'm going to try and put my best Christian Guzman voice on. If you watch his videos, you'll know what I mean. He has a very nice sounding voice, and I definitely do not. So I'm going to do my best. But I just want to go over this leg workout here. It's hamstring focused, but I have been training legs 3 times a week. I've been focusing on hitting glutes one day, quads one day, and then hamstrings the other day. But either way, I always try to kind of engage all 3 parts of the muscle because that is a part that lacks for me is my legs. So whatever I can do to improve that muscle, I will do. As you guys know, I hate training legs. It's not my favorite body part to train just because it takes so much out of me and it always leaves me drained, but it's always a good feeling after when I know that I've completely crushed my workout and done something to improve a body part that's lacking. Here I'm doing some sumo squats. So as you guys can see, I went from 115 pounds to 135, then slowly worked my way up to 155, and I believe that's where I stopped. Previously to that, I did start with the bar, then I did 10 pounds a side, and then 25 a side, and so on. I never jump into just straight heavy sets. I always work my way up into my working set. And my working set is a weight where I feel that I can kind of struggle doing my reps, but my form still is somewhat good. So that was kind of my focus with the sumo deadlifts. I believe my rep range went from 5 to 8 reps per set, and I did, after working my way up to 155 pounds, I stuck to 5 sets for 5 to 8 reps. So what I find with the sumo deadlift is that it does take a little bit to kind of get comfortable with them. It's a really awkward movement, but I promise once you have it down, you will feel it in the right spot. After this exercise, I went into the rest of my hamstring workout with an amazing glute and hamstring pump, which is exactly what you want. You really want to activate the muscles that you want to be working out because then that way you're really going to be engaging them throughout the whole workout, which will stop you from using any other body part, which is exactly what you don't want to do. You don't want to be using your back or your quads or anything like that while you're trying to focus on your hamstrings and glutes. Of course, like I said before, sometimes I will try to throw in some quads in there just because I do want to improve my legs a bit more, but you don't want your quads to be taking over your whole hamstring workout. Anyways, moving on to some hip thrusts. It was my first time ever using the Smith machine for hip thrusts. Well, I have tried it before. I completely felt super awkward and never went back to that, and I just always did them with a free bar. But this time around, I actually used the Smith machine. I saw someone doing them like that in the gym, and I thought I'd give it a try again, and completely fell in love. One thing I didn't like was that I couldn't get as deep as I usually do when I do them just with a bar and a bench. But either way, I got an amazing glute pump. I really engaged my glutes very well. Obviously, this isn't really going to get your hamstrings as much, but I believe if you really focus, you can engage your hamstrings quite a bit, and not only the hamstrings, but that ham and glute tie-in, which is exactly what a bikini girl wants to show off on stage. And check out the booty. Just kidding. And I believe I performed about 4 or 5 sets of that, and it was for 8 to 12 reps. So I did go pretty heavy, and I stayed in a kind of a lowish rep range. Moving on, I have posted this exercise on Instagram before. I mentioned that I have a really bad lower back. So this is a really good way to do good mornings without engaging the lower back. I really feel it in my hamstrings. I love the stretch that I get. I love how well I can control the weight and really focus on, squeezing the muscle and just completely engaging the hamstrings. I love, love, love this exercise and completely recommend it if you haven't tried it before. Another way you can also perform this is going into a sumo squat, and that will also target your hamstrings and glutes very well. Personally, I like this variation way better, but that's just me. And I believe I performed 4 sets for 12 to 15 reps of these. So as you can tell, I like to slowly increase my rep range. I never really like to stick to just one rep range during my workouts unless I'm off season and I'm really, really trying to focus on growth. But what I've been doing as of late with my leg workouts is I pick a compound movement. So in this workout, my compound movement would be the sumo squat. I go heavier on those. I try to aim for a weight where I'm struggling to get it up, but like I said before, I'm not sacrificing my form at all. You never want to do that. I definitely don't recommend just trying to go heavy just to go heavy. To me, mind muscle connection is always the most important thing, and as long as I'm really focusing on that muscle and I'm engaging the muscle, then I will go heavy. But if I can't feel the muscle that I'm trying to work out, then I'm definitely letting go of my ego and dropping the weight. Another thing too is that considering that I'm 3 weeks out currently, something that I'm really trying to focus on is the detail of the muscle. I don't really want to, obviously, I'm always trying to grow, but that's not really my main focus right now. I'd rather come in very conditioned rather than looking thick. I mean, I'm a bikini girl. They want muscle, but they don't want too much muscle because that is a thing. So, conditioning is obviously a lot more important to me right now over size. All right, so moving on to the next exercise. Here I am performing just your basic laying hamstring curls. The only thing that makes these a little bit different from your normal hamstring curls is that I am focusing on letting it go very slowly on the eccentric part of the movement. So when the muscle is lengthening, I find that letting it go slowly and then bringing it up really quickly actually engages my hamstrings a lot better than when I just go through the motions, and it also helps me concentrate on my mind muscle connection. So this actually was a superset. So I went from the laying hamstring curls to these stability ball curls. Highly, highly, highly recommend these. They may look easy, they are not. Don't let them fool you. They burn out the hamstrings like no other. These I just went for 4 sets, which were performed until failure because the point of it was to really fatigue the muscle. And something I will never skip is the hip abductor machine. I usually perform these anywhere from 5 sets of 15 reps to 3 sets of like 30 reps or 4 sets of 12 reps. I like to change the rep ranges, that's for sure. And I always make sure that this movement is part of my workout in some type of way, usually the last exercise that I go with. And I also supersetted this with some sumo squats with a kettlebell. As you can tell, I really focus on squeezing those glutes up at the top. I will always do that, even if it's not glute day. It's always glute day. Shh, don't tell them I said that. But I will always focus on squeezing those glutes just to make sure that I'm really engaging the muscle and getting the most out of every single exercise that can potentially improve my glutes. And these I performed for 4 sets and did 15 reps. And that's about it, guys. After my leg workout, I went on to do some cardio. I did 40 minutes of steady state cardio. I used my amino IV. As you guys know, I always sip on that during my cardio because I do it fasted. And I applied some sweet sweat to my stomach as well. And I wanted to show you guys the before and after, but unfortunately, the room in the gym had really bad lighting because the sun was just shining through and it completely washed me out. So you can't really see, but I promise that it works. It gave me some really good results, and I'm not getting paid to say this, just so you guys know. I didn't get any free product from it either, so just clearing that up. But after cardio, I moved on to do some stretching. I don't usually stretch. I know I should because I have a lot of like leg tightness and a lot of joint pain. I know it's because there's so much muscle tightness that everything's kind of like being pulled together. So I've been trying to stretch a bit more, but this is usually what I do. It's very basic stuff, nothing too crazy. And then I moved on to some foam rolling just to flush out any blood that has been built up from working the muscle and to allow nutrients and oxygen to get in there to kickstart the recovery process. So that's about it, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and hopefully I don't talk too much. So I am ready to go. I did make a list for my grocery shopping, so let's see how well I do at staying within the stuff that I need, because you guys know I'm pretty good at just buying stuff that I don't need that just looks good that I can't probably even eat. So we're gonna go do that. Our first stop will be Superstore, so that's kind of like the main grocery store that I go to, and then Costco's where I get like my proteins and all the bulk stuff that I eat. Today is a lower carb day, so the past 2 weeks I've had events on the weekend. So that's kind of led me to drop my carbs lower on the weekend just because I wanted to look a certain way. So I know 2 weeks ago I did 50 grams of carbs for 2 days and then 50 fat, 130 protein. And I slowly decreased my macros. So I'm from 150 to 100 to 50. So I'm kind of following the same thing this weekend, even though I have nothing, just because I don't want to be in a surplus, just because my body's been used to doing that for the past 2 weeks. So what I'm gonna do is go to 100 grams today, and then 50 grams tomorrow, and 50 grams on Sunday. First 50 grams of carbs, that is. And then my protein stays the same and fat stay the same. So 50 fat, 130 protein. And then the rest of the days have just been 150 grams of carbs, 130 grams of protein, and 50 grams of fats. So yeah, and on the weekends I haven't been training, so that's another really good excuse to drop my carbs, just because like I don't need as much energy since all I do is cardio, and that to me isn't really training, it's just a punishment. All right, so I'm just about done my first trip to the grocery store, and then we are headed to Costco. I found a few things that I want to show you guys, good macros, so that's always fun. All right, so first trip was a success. My hair is doing crazy things. They have construction everywhere, so I had to park like so far away from the front door, and I usually try to park the closest because I'm that lazy. So it was quite the journey trying to get here with my cart, and oh well, I made it. But now I'm up to Costco, and then that'll be the last stop because I am getting hungry. It's almost 3 p.m. and the last time I ate was I think 12 after the gym, so it's almost time for me to eat. So about $300 later, we're finally done. Just had a little freak out, like not actually, but a little freak out inside, because every time I go to Costco, they suck at packing. Like they pack this shit like you don't have to walk anywhere, like you're just gonna get home and it's gonna magically carry itself inside. Like no, and I have a long ways to walk, so they just like they fit whatever they can into one box, and then the rest, well, you're on your own. So we'll figure out how I'm gonna carry everything inside, because I have a lot of groceries. I usually like to make one trip, but I don't think that's gonna happen this time around. So we're gonna head home. It's 3:30 right now. Pretty hungry, so we'll head home, grab something to eat, and I'll probably show you guys before what I got. Well, not everything, just the stuff that's kind of like cool, I guess. First trip looking like this. Literally just carried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags in this big old box all in one trip. My poor arm is, yeah. 2 trips and I'm out of breath. Oh my god. Costco essentials, green beans, tuna, potatoes, chicken, turkey pepperoni. If you guys haven't tried these yet, you guys need to. They are super macro friendly and they taste really good, and they're really good for on the go if you don't have time to prep your protein, so highly recommend this. And then some avocado, of course, for healthy fat. And these are my Superstore essentials. So we have some peppers, some lettuce for micronutrients. I also bought some avocados at Superstore just because the ones at Costco are really green. So these are pretty ripe, they're nice and soft and good to eat. Have some white cheddar rice cakes, some sugar-free jello, some puffs, can't forget these, and some creamy cashew milk. I actually like this one way better than the almond milk, and it has less calories. It's always a win. Alright, and now on to the fun part. I found this Weight Watchers bread. It has 10 grams of carbs per slice. Oops. So 10 grams of carbs per slice, 0.5 fat, 2 protein, 50 calories per slice basically. And a slice is pretty big. And then I also found this. I have no idea what it is. All I know is it's some, here we go. It's a shirataki strip, if that's how you say it. And it has 2 grams of carbs per 100 grams, 1 fiber, 0 everything else. So that is amazing. I don't know what it's gonna taste like. But just by the looks of it, I would say it has no taste, so we'll see how that goes. And then I found this. You guys know I'm a big sucker for cereals, and this one has 10 grams of carbs, or 9 grams of carbs for a half cup. So we'll see how much it is once it's weighted out, but 10 grams is not too bad. So it'd be 20 grams for 1 cup, and then that'd be 18 grams of carbs. So that's pretty good in my opinion. And then we have some Almond Dream ice cream, because you guys know I try to stay away from dairy. And then I found this as well. There we go, coconut whipped cream. So we'll see how this tastes. I'm pretty excited. 2 grams of fat, 3 carb, 30 calories, 0.1 protein. It's pretty good macros. And then I also got some almond butter. I love this almond butter. It tastes better than most for some reason. It's not 100% natural. There is other ingredients in there, but I don't really care. Just some cane juice and modified palm oil and some sea salt. So not a big deal. It's fine by me. And then just some Frank's Red Hot Sauce, low sodium soy sauce, and this gum that I'm like super obsessed with. It tastes exactly like what it says on the package, and I don't know, it's pretty cute looking. It tastes good. It's eye-catching, and it's 2 grams of carbs for 2 pieces. I don't really care. I don't track my gum. I just eat gum whenever I feel like it. But try it out. You know that feeling you used to get when you were a kid, when you went grocery shopping with your mom and like you came back home and you had so much food to eat and you just wanted to eat everything all at once? That's literally how I feel right now. Like I just want to dig into everything that I bought, especially the stuff that I haven't tried before. But it's a low carb day, so I am having a chicken salad. Just chicken and lettuce with some salsa and ketchup. But I'll probably have a little bit of carbs with this meal. I have like 40 grams I think left, or actually 60 grams left, so it's not too bad. It's still quite a bit, so we'll work with what I have here and try to make it fit. I'm currently replying client emails because on Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday I do my clients do their check-ins with me, which I love going over. I love seeing their progress and hearing about how their week went, giving them some encouraging words on my part as a coach, and you know, just kind of like keeping in touch with my clients. I'm still working on client plans, eating some almond butter. Of course I have to take a bite or else you won't believe me, right? And I'm watching some Food Network, so that's kind of how my night's going. I have nothing really planned for tonight. It's a Friday night, but this is how I spend my Friday nights. I vlog, eat some almond butter, watch Food Network, work, and then that's basically all that's going on tonight. So I'm probably gonna wrap up this video right here because I have nothing really else to talk about or show you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little commentary workout video. I'll try to get more of those. It's really hard, especially because I usually work out by myself, so I get really bad angles or it's just not good footage, so that's why I usually don't post it. But I figured I might as well switch it up and do something different. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to share, like, subscribe, comment below, tell me whatever you want to tell me. I always read them and reply back. I love reading you guys' comments and hearing the feedback. So yeah.